Bip. Ah, it's the darkness level. Okay, cool, gotcha. It's just the dark self, which I don't think does anything.
Oh, that's neat.
What is?
Rolling over the character shows, all the
Yes.
stats.
1 is always hero points, 2 is always your spell points, 3 is always your if you have martial focus or not. For the rest, eye is passive perception, passive investigation, brain is passive insight, movement speeds, armor class, and hit points. It's easier for people to look at other people's sheets to get some basic information. If there's anything else you would like to see represented here, I can add more by slapping my little bappy paws against the control panel.
Well, it has my climb, so I'm fine with that. If there's anything else I can think of, I don't know.
I wonder how it does that. Manage, no, not manage module, manage configure settings, module settings.
It shows a spider, so I should assume that's my climb speed.
Yeah, it is. I wonder how it. Because it doesn't have anything set for that. It just does that in the background. It doesn't tell me. Standard tooltips. Get out of here. Anyway, kids. You beat up some goblins. What happens next is up to you. I say with an accusatory finger. You were here because
wolves coming.
You heard, yes, the sound of wolves. Shouldn't write cliffhangers for myself. I'm not willing to follow up on them, should I? Ho ho.
That's a writing technique.
Some animals around the corner become aggressively aware of your presence. Unfortunately, now that it's darkness, I can't see where the light in the dark is, or where you can see or not. I don't know why, but normally when I click tokens, it gives me, like, their vision, right? Why doesn't it do that? Is there a thing that changes that? I hope it's not, because that's annoying. I would like... Okay, I'm just gonna figure it might be perfect vision that does this. Sweet Jesus, you do a lot. Monochrome special effects, monochrome vision, and it's all what I expect it to be. Oh, whatever. Fallback roll table. Abbreviations. Great. Alright, kids. You're in yonder dungeon town. You need to go and find your boss and find your kids and get them someplace safe. Wolves.
Wolves are coming.
The growling, and the little sniffy snoot sticks out around the corner at some point.
Yes.
Let's go across the river so they have to come to us across bad terrain.
It's like a creek at best.
It'd still annoy them, and also I can do stuff with that.
I could press the digitate a rock to smell like a steak, which I will do, and I will.
Zoinks, Bella. Zoinks.
A steak rock into the cave.
I can't believe Bella's making a steak rock.
I did not expect that word today.
Now the problem.
Hyphenated.
Okay, cool. Well, these dogs are. I mean, goblins aren't great animal trainers, so the dogs are pretty simply trained. I think that the actual problem with this plan is that dogs know what rocks are. So they'll just confusedly sniff at that thing for a few moments before they decide that it's not edible.
Yeah, like a flutter over here.
Well, it distracted them as we run across this creek. Okay.
See them putting the little schnoots up to the rock, and one of them even has the courage to put his little teeth in it.
What a good boy.
But then he's like, it's not soft like meat, it's hard like rock.
I am confuzzled, and I will destroy in anger for my confusion.
They've realized that they have been bamboozled, and it's not feeding time, and you are not the feeders. Thus you must be the people that they must eat. Alrighty tidy. Now, I'm just going to say, do you do anything? Because crossing the river is like a moment of your time at most.
I'm waiting for them to come, because I want to cast the spell when they do.
Well, they're... Okay, cool, gotcha. Well, in that case, no surprise rounds. The dog will come. I still wonder why 5e, which has been so absolutely uncaring to provide any rules for anything whatsoever, it's Pathfinder 2e that's the one that has a section that goes, can people use a reaction on their first turn before they've acted? I don't know. It's up to you.
I have no clue.
Whereas 5e is like, no, you can't. You cannot use combat. You cannot use reaction before your round is started, even if you're ambushing. Doesn't work like that.
That's
React. Yeah. Why is Path like? If anything shows that 5e just was not finished and just got rushed to production, it's weird design decisions like that. Anyway, Popo charges you.
Oh no.
You notice that these dogs all have like a big ol' crystalline shard jammed in their forehead.
A little weird.
Well, I took rock geomancy.
And it tries to hump you.
Oh, no,
Also,
I take damage.
No.
What's that save for?
What were you saying, Claire?
I just noticed that the wolf is called Selfish Wolf, and there's a Pompous Wolf and a Nostalgic Wolf.
Zala, can you please remember that strength save or fall prone?
Attributes. Save and throw.
You remain standing for now. The
I
rock who...
realize now there is a button I could have pushed.
The wolf who decided to grab a rock, gives it a shake, and then throws it aside. And it comes charging into... Bark, bark, poof, poof. Broof.
Really?
Well, at least they're consistent. Tanya.
Okay. I'm gonna grapple this wolf. That's strength check, right?
Just a grapple check, Claire. Athletics.
Oh, right. I said bup, bup. Why is it not rolling?
It's rolled a 5 for
okay.
me.
I'm clicking on it.
On the word athletics.
Yeah, I'm clicking it.
Are you clicking strength, maybe? Or the +7? Because you're supposed to just click athletics, the word.
I go to skills. And I click athletics.
Can you close your window? Maybe there's like a little window that popped up.
No. One moment.
Like,
Works for me.
this word, Claire. It's possible that you need to reload.
Okay, there we go.
You got a wolf firmly grisped.
That's for biting my friend.
That is for biting your friend. Do you wish to apply any slams or anything?
No, I'm gonna hold it so I can throw it at the other wolf. Actually, or beat it with the other wolf.
Maybe you should just try hurting you instead of trying to do stuff that looks cool.
Well, this is like what Tanya does. Tanya, you've gripped a wolf, and a wolf comes for thee! Bark, bark. Oh, it doesn't work.
Rolls a 16, I'm gonna be confused. Nope.
Chomp, 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 chomp. Abigail.
Alright, let me just double check something. Alright, well, I'm gonna haste or slow is my question. I'm just gonna slow this guy. Well, this guy.
Which one is this guy?
The one to your, I have targeted. The one to your right.
The one that is grasped by Tanya?
Oh, well. Alright, then the one above it. Which means you can move without it taking reactions.
Huh. This one, go ahead. Let him have it. Slow. DC Wisdom. Really? It's a Wisdom save? Well, you've managed to give this dog a big ol' slowdown. I don't get these status effects at all. I don't think it's using any standardized ones. That's just weird. To be fair, Vivi has very few. What does weakened even do? Nothing. It just exists. Cool. All right. Well, one of the wolves has been slowed down a little bit. Can't take reactions. -2 to AC and dex saves.
And the one that is grisped can't take reactions either, can it?
I don't know. We'll take a lot of look-see at what being grappled does. Let's see. The grappled condition. Speed becomes 0. Can't benefit from speed. The condition also... Okay, no. It doesn't do all that much. Although I think the Baby Claire and her slams can make that more exciting. But for now, it can definitely still bite at you as you wiggle away.
Okay, let's see if it rolls another 16 on me. Because that first one up there, I am going... The slowed down one.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to cast Freeze on it.
Well, you don't trigger an tax opportunity on that.
Oh, okay, good. Dex saving throw. Why did that close my character sheet?
Freeze.
I just saw the.
No. Whoop. Let's see. Okay, does it say anything on a failure? Nope, then nothing happens. Well, I guess that's what you get if you pay nothing.
Okay, and then I'm using my martial focus to attack it.
Clonk.
Actually, wait, did you hit the one that was slow? Doesn't slow make it not be able to dexterity?
Gives it a
Alright.
negative to its saves. It doesn't.
It can
Yeah,
still
yeah,
react.
so-
It just reacts slower than most people would.
Yeah, it would only be a -2 to the save, so.
Well, that's one less wolf.
Nice hit.
Ooh, I can even mouse over on the combat menu. Nice. Claire, it wants to escape. It's wiggling. It's wiggling. Roll me your athletics as it tries to kick itself free. Bapping at you with its paws and its big old mouth.
Come on.
It lands on the ground and growls at the crystal on its head shines.
Alright, I'm just gonna beat this wolf. Since it wants to... Actually, I'm gonna beat the wolf in front of me, so...
Beat the wolf with the wolf.
Well, I would have to grab it again, then I have to wait another
True.
turn. So,
I mean, it'll speed up once you get your extra attack.
yeah.
Or hell, I think you can grapple with one hand, so if you just have a knife or something in the other, you can grab him and then bonus attack, punch him.
Oh, okay. Well, I just punched him.
Unfortunately, the dog is not any of those conditions, but it is...
Oh, so you do damage if they're blind, prone, grappled, restrained, or incapacitated?
Bonus damage.
Ooh. That's something to think about.
Whereas most animals tend to run away at this point, cutting their losses or smelling the death of their allies. This one just seems... it's still more than eager to bite at you.
It is not a flex habit.
Ooh, Abigail. The crystal-headed wolf, or at least that's like this big rock jammed in there, glows and sparks when it bites at your friend.
Slash. Clicking short sword does nothing if it's... Wait, I think I need to... Slash.
We're supposed to click the die when you hover over the icon for short sword.
Wait, let me... Yeah. I was going through the inventory, you know.
Yeah,
bar.
you're supposed to do it through the inventory.
I don't know why it did that.
The heads-up display doesn't seem to work with us, which probably
Yeah,
because I
that's-
think it's designed for 2... No, that's not 2E. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna go for this guy with my destruction ray of super.
Pew! Kapow! It's still standing.
But it gets a negative, I believe, to a C.
Razor Wind.
Indeed.
Tanya the Bold. Your turn. The creature's beheaded in winds.
Punch
You have
it.
a bonus, just kick its face in.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick its face in. Well, with my. Well, I'm gonna punch it. Oh, did that not target right?
Alright, that hits, Claire. I don't know why you just rolled an attack with nothing attached to it, but sure.
Yeah, like I don't know why, like it unselected my target.
Claire, that doesn't change your ability to roll damage. Roll me some damage. You hit him. Clonk. Oh, wait, clonk. No, wait, no, the 6. So in that case, you're down another wolf. Would you look at that? You gosh done did it. That's less wolves for thee. The crystals on their heads still spark and crackle, despite the fact that the creatures themselves have ceased to breathe.
It's strange.
I
Points
go
to
and
the
have a
wolf.
look at those crystals since I am an expert in Arcana.
Ah, yes. And unlike in Pathfinder 2e, I can't go, nah, they're not arcane, and laugh at you. I
I'm gonna
honestly,
take a look at them.
I don't know how to feel about that. I still don't. It feels like such a weird distinction to make. It's like, oh, I know about magic. Yeah, but you don't know about a very specific... I don't know about magic. Wee. And in the meantime, they're fucking inventing the printing press and firearms, and everyone's like, what's the age? And it's like, oh, it's late 18th century. That's not very fantasy of you. Alright, first and foremost, I want to just double check your Razor Wind. I think you should copy paste. We'll take care of that later. Ooh.
It's a
If the-
1 to negative 1 to AC for the next round.
Why the fuck does it ask if there's a 5-foot cube of air? It's probably going to be the case.
It means I can't do it if they're covered in dirt or we're underwater.
Is there air?
Here we go.
Basically, what it means, Claire, is if there's a cube of air around the person, I can make the air itself attack them instead of using magic.
By the way, that ray thing of yours, which hits multiple times, it really goes well with Razor Wind, because once you hit it multiple times, you get multiple rays that hit easier every time.
That's one reason I chose it.
Buffet that baby. Ooh, and you can even spend a point to make the penalty last longer. Ouch. Anyway, you investigate yonder crystals yonderly. Roll me an intelligence check.
Can I not our
Yes. If you're proficient with Arcana, you can definitely add your proficiency bonus.
Can
I'm
I
expert
assist?
in Arcana.
Then you can add twice your proficiency bonus.
I'll just roll Arcana.
Zoinks. So these things are often called chart wolves because it's not uncommon for... Listen, there's lots of crystals out in the world, a lot of magic googads and thises and that's, and one of them makes animals act funny. And if you do it right, you can get a dog to be easier to train or follow orders better. Like they gain some sort of spark of intelligence or comprehension. Hitting the crystal directly, however, gives the creature significant headaches and migraines. And causes it to become completely, you know, how good would you fight if you have a massive throbbing headache if someone hit your like, I don't know, your fucking telephone bone?
Elbow bone.
I'm gonna pick up Claire's telephone bone and give Sharkbait a call. Sharkbait probably just says Duke. Nothing too exciting. But yes, the crystals have no innate value. Mostly because, you know, they're kind of flimsy and clumsy and they're not well made. It's like some idiot thought he could do it.
Wow, we got an idiot mage in here. Got a fucking idiot.
That happened.
Wonder if it was our boss. He seemed kind of dumb.
Don't think he seemed magey though.
You never know.
As you stepped in to get a good look at what's down there. Oh heck, it actually tells me what everyone's armor class is made out of. Why is it 14 now?
What?
Oh my god, I can't stand these fucking sheets. They're just doing whatever the fuck they feel like. Before, remember when I said the goblin had like 17 armor class because it applied the shield twice for some reason? Now, it's not applied the leather armor for no reason. Top-notch
Game
sheets
is
here,
confusing.
boys. It's not like 5e hasn't been out for generations. People figured out how this shit works. Point is, from the distance, you hear a thwang in the dark, and like a laughing voice going, "Ah, look at those losers! Can't even fight a wolf!" Pew. Excuse me. It goes directly for Helsing, because goblins are little fucking opportunists who will shoot the weakest person around if they get the chance.
Ashley ignores it. She's like, oh, nope.
Clank. You will just, from the dark of the cave come laughter.
I don't like it.
Well, I guess
See,
onward
Irish.
we go.
I'll go in first.
You step into the dark cave. But before you enter the dark cave, you will see that just inside the cave mouth, there's a little section off to the east, where the wolves must have been, because it's a place where there's a bunch of hay and grass on the ground to create some sort of bedding.
Makes sense.
There's even some chains on the wall that presumably kept the wolves around whenever they feel like wandering off.
Well, like, if I'm not, do I see any chittering, chuckling jerk who shoots the fairies?
That's probably because it's darker deeper into the cave.
Oh.
Did you know that you don't have night vision?
I have
Is that-
dark
I
vision.
mean,
No, you don't. I thought I made this I was gonna bring this up during character creation, but everyone just kind of did their own thing, and didn't give too much of a shit. But no dark vision in Uda. That's gonna be very nice.
I'll remove that.
In this world, it makes perfect sense because one, lighting, you can buy a fucking flashlight, and two, the Underdark, the dark places, you're not supposed to go there. That place is nuts.
looks at the cat. You don't have cat vision.
Low light vision. Cats can't see in perfect darkness.
Yeah. So it's like I can see when the moon's out, you know, even if the moon's like half empty.
I've got a lamp.
That will be helpful.
Nick, lamp.
I'm teleport over here. It's like, vroom.
No problem.
Well, that makes a big ass radius of a thing.
What the hell went
Does it
wrong?
follow me? Ah, it doesn't follow me.
That's because that's someone else who had drawn a radius. How funky.
No, when I clicked on lamp, it made that radius, but
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I don't know what the hell's up with that. That's scary.
yeah, it is.
I want to take a look. I want to see what the hell's doing that in the background. Let's see. Oh, apparently. Wait, why would it work like that? It claims... Okay, so the reason it's 45 feet is because apparently the distance a light... Wow. But that's not how light sources in any system have ever worked, where they shed bright light for one distance and then dim light for... Yeah. It's always like, oh, provides 20 feet of bright light and then 20 more feet of dim light. But here it's like, no, it provides an extra twice. That doesn't make any sense at all. I think someone here is being a little silly.
Ooh.
Anyway, there's not much in the cave ahead of you, Ailsling, but it's hard to see without a good light source.
Well, I mean, we got that lantern near me.
Yes, but she's like standing shyly in the doorway, and the light only goes so far.
No, I'm following.
Well, then stand in the frickin' room!
I think I see something through here. There's like a glowy glow. Might be a fire?
At the end of the hallway, you can see one thing, and that is that there's this natural chimney that goes upwards, and up the top of the chimney, you can in fact see a light source coming from somewhere.
I use bomb to dim my lantern light just a little bit.
It's unlikely that anyone up there would see the light source down here.
Rock person. Metal person. Friend.
In fact, let me tell you how tall that chimney is. It's a fissure. It's a natural chimney. Let's see. It is 30 feet up. It's quite a distance. You're pretty sure that your rock person friend could climb up this without any hassle whatsoever, which is to say they don't even have to roll, but everyone else probably might have to roll some strength checks.
There's not my claws. Alright.
However, once you get close to this chimney, inspecting it to see if you can climb it, there's the crackling of fire up there. More importantly, there's also some chitter-chattering happening.
So I think we should go up there, and we should get the people, and you should like throw them off of it. It'd be awesome, deadly awesome idea.
Mind if I lead the way?
Well, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Why?
Be careful.
I'll be down. I just want to check.
You good at climbing, mate?
I am indeed.
They have a climb speed, so they could just make it up there, I guess.
Pulls out my claws.
Ashleen looks down at her feet, which aren't touching the ground. Okay,
I'm a
go
scamper
ahead.
low. Like I don't want to get above the ridge, just enough to see the line where the ridge ends, and like how it looks inside.
Alrighty, tidy. Can you roll me a dexterity check? You're trying to be sneaky here, after all. Best to be quick on your feet. And dodge out of the way if some spooky eyes decide to glance at you. Let's see, you're peering into a place called room number 8. This room is...
Descriptive name.
No, that's just with the room designation, so I know which one to find. The large chamber ahead features quite a few things. A large amount of sacks and crates of what you can only presume are provisions, judging by how many there are. Unless this guy has some sort of army somewhere that you don't know of. Yeah. There's a nice crackling fire. You see a tall bugbear man. He's got this big morning star and several explosive javelins on his back, which are quite a common thing people make, is they take anything that you can charge up with magic easy, you put some goober in there, and they huck it, and it blows up. It's hilarious, that's what it is. There seem to be 2 other goblinos here, and you hear the distant snoring of a big bad wolf.
Oh. Well.
Additionally, once you get a closer look, you do also see that the big man is fiddling with a small iron lockbox, from which he pulls an exciting amulet. Ooh. Seems to be where he keeps his fun things.
Alright. Next step. I'm gonna glamour, like, just a bit above the Figment, just a little outside the ridge, to look like the flooring just continues a bit. So it can hide me and anyone who like crawls in if they're under it.
Alright, so I would like to see if you can make a figment that big. Let's take a look, see how big of a figment can you make.
It's not gonna like do the whole thing, but
I can make fog clouds.
I think both are quite suspicious to people who have lived in this cave for more than a day.
well, it's not supposed to be like, oh, there's a solid floor here. It's just supposed to be like, oh, the floor actually goes a little bit further. But
oh, I see what you mean. I gotcha. Wink.
yeah.
Baby tickler is a baby tickler. Well, you slide back down to your friends, apparently.
Yep. Alright, and I tell them, there's the hobgoblino and the little goblino, and they got some stuff, like packages. I also made a little illusion just to tell you guys that it's there, so you'll know. They won't. Lead the way, Tanya.
So there's
Just
an
like going
illusion.
in? They're just like going in.
Well, we might want to be tactful if the people you describe are armed as they are.
Oh, yeah. Well, I gave us a slight option. And, potentially, something they can fall into. But
I have a
if you
plan.
want... Oh, I saw another entryway, I think. I think they can go around.
I mean, the river here goes up further, too. guess you'd forgotten about that road.
So what's your plan, Tanya?
I pick up a very large boulder. I throw it at them.
What if? Oh. You moron. What if you pick him up and you throw him?
I like either plan.
I'm fine with this plan. As long as it is glorious. Though perhaps we could circle around them to see if we could route them better. Mayhaps go, around this river. Because if we alert them, we have a choke point.
I'll think a flume is a very good choke point.
You mean this natural river that no one seems to use for traversal?
No, I mean, like, if they get alerted and come from here, they're, like, they have this, like, little tight area.
Yep.
Also, can we take, like, a minute? I got bit a few times. I could use, Gip.
They could use a hot minute. Take a hot minute. Go nuts.
And to use a hit dice, you just hit short rest.
And then you have to hit the roll button.
Alright. Roll. Oh wait, no. No. 3 hit points.
Roll hit dice.
I got
Roll
my
hit
max,
dice.
that's good.
That's a deal and a steal.
Where's the short rest thingy again?
Under your hit
Oh,
dice.
there it is. I just saw it.
Also, do I get my martial focus back during this?
Yes, you get your martial focus back with a minute or by taking the dodge action in combat.
I'm at max. I probably didn't have to do that, but, I mean, I'm fine with top.
Wait, you didn't even take damage, did you?
I was at 15.
You healed from leveling up, I thought.
I didn't.
I didn't.
Ah, I was at max.
I just thought you didn't get a hit last time.
Well,
Well,
these are
let's
all delightful discussions. Elsing, don't run too far ahead or you'll slip and slide on those banana peels called a small creek on Brett Rock.
I'm flying. I
You know-
barely walk.
Now, you keep saying that, but we're going to have to define exactly what flying means in this context, because I don't recall there being a fairy species you can base this off of. And the ability to not touch the ground at any time is a little more powerful than I thought when I said you can do whatever you want. Given the fact that most people have to put their feet down on the carpet to rub their shoes. Why does the man in the wheelchair wear worn sneakers? He never touches the ground with them.
What's happening?
Just saying that Aisling has probably the cheapest shoe budget in the world. If they float around all over the place. Tanya, when you move up ahead a little further and the light shines both ways, you see two things. One is a bridge that seems to span over this little section you're walking on, and two, there is some sort of passage going off westward, creeping up.
Well, so we have some paths to take. The bridge would be the more obvious one.
Well, the bridge is
It looks up there.
not on your level, no.
Oh, wait, I was looking at that wrong. Okay, yeah, we can go this way. Sorry.
I would also go under the bridge, but yeah, it's
Is this like a cliff right here?
You would have to climb that, yes. You have to use your little hands
How
to...
high is it?
Let's take a look, see. Oh, it's not that hard. The problem, if anything, is probably that the escarpments, what a word that is,
That's a great word.
look a little loose. Like you put too much weight in them, they might start to collapse. And then you get hit with fallen rocks and rubble.
So we'll have to be careful.
Yes.
No, we won't. Pat you on the back, you teleport to the top of it.
Voop.
I can cast that spell at will.
Oh, look at that.
Phoenix. Phoenix.
After they're out of the way, we can't all crowd.
Give Abigail uppies.
So I just sort of carefully
And then
stride
Abigail
on
goes whoop.
Give Abigail-
Tanya, you can feel the ledge give way under your feet with how loose it is. Woo. Like it crumbles a little bit. Rocks roll down. You hear the echo in the distance against the stone walls of the cave. And then the splash as it hits the water.
just a casual everyday cave noise. No one would notice.
Well, it is in most ambient soundtracks, yes.
Yeah.
Tanya, the light source of your friend illuminates up ahead only slightly. And you can tell that this is a place where people sleep, for there are bedrolls. There are small campfires. There are smelly, smelly goblins.
Hearing the other ambient noises. Oh. I lift my cool hand and tell everyone to step quietly.
They've already noticed you in your light source, by the way.
I dimmed it,
Okay.
but yeah, probably.
Don't step quietly. Can I pick up a big rock? We're going to that way.
Once the second they see you reach for a rock, they scamper into the shadows.
Oh, god dang it.
Skip,
Man,
skip,
I'd like-
skip, skip.
They didn't want to deal with anything with that rock, huh?
Well, this is a really big rock, and you look like you could throw it pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
Stoning is not a fun way to go.
I let them know that,
There's a reason it's considered an unarchaic punishment in some countries.
dang. Yeah, I let them know that there are goblins about. And they are not a pretty decent amount of goblins.
I gotta do anything, or just gonna stand around there and have a fun tea party, kids?
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I'm waiting for
Wow.
them to get off the escarpment so I can teleport up there.
Oh, yeah. I just moved. By the way, I'm still holding my big rock.
Well,
Yeah, well,
I don't even know what's going on up there right now.
I thought I could let you know. Like, what?
But if you said it loud enough, someone else would hear it.
Yeah, someone will also definitely hear it because there is like a cabbling brook behind, so it's not like Lady has perfect hearing on you over there.
We could relay goblin. Goblin.
Abigail, you're still standing in the way. Can you please clear?
Okay.
There's a big goblin up there. You catch him in the shadowy light. And he looks down at you. He's quite big for a goblin.
Yeah.
Or is he quite goblin for a big? He immediately begins screeching at you in that frustrating goblin tone. Ah! I am Yemek. I will soon be leader of the goblins if you give me a hand. And if you won't... And you hear this and thudding sounds as a goblin peels a human being into view. Your tall friend won't be around long.
Let's not be too hasty.
What's our boss? What's our boss's name?
That's not your boss, but that is the person your boss hired for protection.
Oh.
He looks like he got beat up real bad, like, as they say.
Well, where the hell is he?
Well, maybe he knows, actually, if you ask him once he's not bound and gagged.
Well, maybe this goblin can negotiate.
That's what this is. This is negotiating.
Well, it's negotiating for goblins. He wants something clearly. What?
Drop rock. We talk.
Put the rock down.
Tanya.
Take the clip. Take the magazine out of the rock and put it on the ground.
Yeah, I
Put the rock on
the
safety.
shell out. Yeah, I cocked the shotgun shell out of the rock and drop it.
Put the safety on that dang rock already.
Yeah.
God, to be fair, this is the kind of setting where you probably would have someone who has like a magic rock with like a safety switch on it.
That's
Let's
the
have,
future of
I
Honda.
have it for you. Just one moment.
The future of rock technology.
But this this is
Shufflecock. No. Why would you do this to me, Claire? Why must you abuse me? Anyway. Yeah,
I dropped the rock.
drop the
Okay,
rock.
rock is down.
Good. So who you? Why you here?
I am the bold.
We're here for him, I think, maybe? Honestly, don't know that guy.
I mean, you probably didn't talk too much to him. You think his name was like Silty?
Isildur?
Sylvia.
Maybe,
It's Saltham.
yes, probably. To be fair, he never introduced himself proper, so...
Yeah, kind of a dick, to be honest with you. Anyway,
He was standing brooding in the corner like a good bodyguard does.
The usual
Yeah.
ones.
we're looking for our employer, and that is if I recall, his bodyguard Saltham.
Me not know where that is. Clark knows. Clark sent him away. You ask Clark. Then kill
Who's
Clark.
Clark?
Big man. Wields big spiky
man.
stick.
Ooh, we saw that guy.
So you have quarrel with this Clark.
Please don't use big words, they're goblins.
You want to hurt this Clark.
I don't have crossbow bolts with him. I have my own.
This is what I mean.
Okay, that one got me.
That was good.
All right, walk into that one there. So you want us to kill Clark,
Yeah.
and you'll give us Saltham.
Yes.
Alright, mate. Idea.
What's that?
So, like... No, I'm talking to Big Goblin Man.
Yemek.
Yemek. Yemek. So... Clark is, like, in that one room. With the fire. And his
Yeah.
explodey stick.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys go in the main way, the front door, and we go in that little side door, and when he talks to you, we jump him. And then we get him both sides, and he's gone.
A goblin ambush tactic. You'll never see it coming.
He doesn't like that plan too much because that sounds risky to him. He might get hurt.
That's a fair point. You're asking a lot from goblins.
But it'll work.
Getting slightly frustrated, you call him Saltham.
Yeah. Just,
He's glaring, just like, eh?
I think we should take out Clark and just see how things go.
well, let's see here. Do you know any of Clark's weaknesses or a way to gain advantage over him?
Logger's mate.
Now, unfortunately, you're playing 5th edition, which means that most things are extremely boring. Because vulnerability is
We're
too
using big
powerful.
words again.
But,
I'm sure he can understand advantage. He's a goblin. That's like his favorite word.
well, like, the biggest problem with Clark is that, well, he's not so smart. I mean, goblins ain't so smart. Actually, goblins are slightly smarter than him. They're just not as wise. Clark's just not that smart. He's a big dummy. So you could probably easily fool him with a well-constructed lie. Other than that, he's tough, he's strong, he's nimble. I mean, bugbears are fighting machines, man.
And as you said, he has some explosive javelins.
He also has a very short temper.
Gonna have to choke him.
Yeah, let's go beat him up.
I mean, you say that, Claire, but I would like to point out that a chokehold would be fucking deadly. on most creatures.
That's what. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to do it.
So you choke him, and in the second round, he runs out of air. If he has that low of a con, and just goes.
All right. Well, we'll just kind of go after card. Well, we'll keep Salt Ham safe, and we'll fulfill our end of the bargain.
Is that
We
really
have
how
to go to the-
suffocation works? Oh, they
Yeah,
can
that's for
hold their
salted
breath.
ham later.
I guess when you grapple someone, you would in fact squeeze the air out of them before you get real strangly.
Also, Tanya pats the rock and leaves it as like a peace offering or an ante up.
It's a fucking rock. Don't be so hoity about it.
All right, fine.
Bye, salted ham.
Bye, Salted Ham. We will save you soon. You'll be out of peril soon, Salted Ham.
Please
Also,
do not die.
Safi,
Yeah.
the fairy thing I was kind of basing the character off of is a kind of scaled version of the creature version from 5th edition for fairy.
If I have to deal with one more tiny player character, I'm gonna get mad.
No. I scaled them. That's why I kind of flipped her speed and stuff. Because like tiny fairy is 10-foot normal movement, 40-foot fly. So I was kind of figuring she'd
Actually,
be normal size, she'd be smaller.
Actually, there is an Unearthed Arcana that features the fairy race.
Really?
I'll just give you the Lala Linksy.
The only one I had was the creature race. Yeah, so there it is.
Gotcha.
Can
Wink.
fly equal to my walking, can hover.
I love how they've basically gone. You can pick any stats you want for your racial ability scores. Thanks, 5e. That's very, very, very telling about what a race really is. I guess a fairy can be very, very strong despite being fucking tiny, like an ant. Proportional strength, baby.
So, I got a big question.
What, you
If we
gonna...
went back, if
Mhm.
we went back here to this like hall area, right? Can the fairy teleport me right next to this guy for me to initiate a grab?
If you absolutely felt like it, probably.
Hell yeah, because that's the plan. I am going to squeeze him.
They're talking about Clark, by the way, not the goblin up there on the ridge.
We're talking
No,
about
no. I mean, I did muse at the idea of like being super acrobatic and kicking the rock on the ground to his head, but I was afraid I would like screw up and hit Salt Ham and kill him instantly.
I could warp you to
The
him and not use all my
the
spell
boss
slots.
goblin and the goblin that's holding him are two different people, so they're not that close.
Oh, okay.
That'd be a real shot in the dark.
Yeah. It's, it's a thought. Anyway, let's just head on over there. And if we're not impeded, I'm just gonna go on over there. Oh, no. What? I don't know why I'm making the noise.
Because sometimes you just want to have sound effects.
Yeah, I was playing Chaos Warriors and Total Warhammer 2.
You scoot your way back to the wolf den. Despite the fact that it's a place where dogs sleep that are probably quite wet considering there's a river right outside, it smells remarkably rocky.
That's nice. I always thought about living in a cave some days.
Molecular salts. Nice air.
Alright.
I
You
got
wanna go
Tanya.
grab him?
Yeah, you smell like steak now.
So, can I see him from here?
If you climb up the ledge, which you can do without any rolls, considering your big muscle, yes, you can definitely see Clark like sitting at a fire roasting something.
Alright, so he's distracted, so...
You're ready?
Alright. I look at both of you. This glory for Salt Ham.
Bye. Teleports you. Using a spell
Alright.
point to boost the range.
Yeah, but where do you teleport? Like here?
Well, I mean, if they really want, if you like sat
Yeah, I
awkwardly, figure it out. You figure it out.
Like, where do you
I was
think you
figuring-
see?
From what I can see best, from my angle, would probably be here.
You okay with that,
Yeah,
muscle
okay with
man? Randy Savage. Boop.
Okay. Boom. I appear and I immediately initiate the grapple. Hello, Clark.
Oh gosh. It's a surprise round. Oh no. Oh no! Oh man, they're using the. Oh man, I don't want them to use the fucking token. Oh no, I don't want them to. No, please do not. They're using the stupid art instead of the tokens themselves. Oh, whatever. It's a surprise round. It seems that your friends are gonna go before you go. Do your friends want to do anything before you get grappling?
I
Well,
can slide through here,
Take care of the fodder.
and then I'm gonna shoot the impatient goblin with a ray of stabby winds.
It's so sharp and so minty fresh.
And I'm not gonna hit.
You can get advantage on that roll since he's not like expecting anything. He's like, "What? Who are you?"
it's like surprise.
How do I tell it to roll? With
You
advantage?
hover over and click the plus button on the attack roll.
Oh, okay. That didn't do anything.
Oh.
I don't. What? Oh, why is it? I can roll for crit damage, but I can't like apply the damage. What the hell's going on here? And now it's okay. It was just being weird, I guess. How funky. I rolled a 1 on damage though. 20, guaranteed 1 hit. All right. Abigail, do you have anything to add?
I'm a scurry on it. Wait, how tall is the flume?
Like 30 feet. So unless you were already up it a bit before your friends did anything, which you might have been, considering that you knew that it's 30 feet up.
Alright,
we were
then I will
preparing.
just ram myself in this area and get my ward out. 'Cause I don't think I'm in range.
Considering, assuming that you guys are somewhat strategically placed inside that chimney, then I imagine you would be like 10. You could take like a 5 foot more step. You could move 5 more feet, and you could take your weapon out if you want to. That's like free every turn.
You know what? It's low on Clark. I don't think it'll help too much, but
Clark yells. You were told that he was wiser than a goblin, and he seems to be.
good thing I didn't. boost
Tanya
it.
the Bold, what do? Clark begins yelling at you as he begins to realize that something is afoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna do athletics. And since he didn't see me coming, do I get an advantage on this, or well,
I don't think it
I
matters
rolled
because he
it.
physically cannot beat that. All right, you got him. You got him.
I'm choking him.
Not only is this man now firmly gripped, he is also incapable of issuing any orders, which works out very well for you. Yeah, bam.
So do I roll?
You got him on the ground, and he's just like wiggling. Oh boy, he wiggling. There's some dudes up north, but they don't know what's going on. They just hear this distant sound.
I'm surprised that we aren't even like scared pissless at this situation.
Well, yeah, this metal person just appeared and grabbed their boss by the throat.
I mean, that's what a surprise round's all about, ain't it? Anyway, whoop! A wolf jumps on top of you, Claire, and gives you 6 ouchies in the butt as it tries to pull you off their boss. Also, you gotta roll me a DC 11 strength check for safe, which I think is gonna be. Go ahead. What are you gonna do?
A saving throw or?
Yes,
the
saving throw.
button.
You can click yourself and then click the button. You're fine. You're good.
Stop getting nat 20s and not giving them to me.
I'm sorry.
Abigail.
I'm a little busy choking this man.
Just gonna double check on my. Oh wait, no, I can't do that yet. Alright, well, I'm gonna run on in. Oh, well, first I'm gonna run on in. Yeah.
Okay, well.
Did you know that technically, according to the rules, I think characters that are surprised can still take their reaction after their first round? It's really weird. But I'm not going to do that. That's just goofy.
That is actually really weird.
Yeah, I think the way it works is that you get your reaction when your turn has come by. So, when you're surprised, you have to spend your turn being surprised. But it never says you can't just use your reaction anyway. After that.
Right.
It's just silly.
Ward. I forgot to mark him, but
If you're surprised, you can't move or take an action on your first turn in combat. You can't take a reaction until that turn ends. But once your turn has ended on the surprise run, so you actually get your reaction faster if you're surprised than if you're not.
That's so weird.
5e, what are you doing? Why am I giggling at how silly this is? Well, he's still technically off guard, so you get advantage. You can click the plus to add advantage to that. Wow. Well,
Nope.
don't worry. Don't worry.
Advantage has helped us a lot today.
You gave him a real clunking. This guy's like, oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, you're not. He jumps up from behind you, Abigail. He tries to hang from your neck with the specific intent of making it harder for you to do anything. Roll me your strength athletics if you have it. You shrug him off, and he bounces right off you. Ow! Illsling.
I'm gonna zip on. I can float. If I float over the fire, will it hurt me? Probably will.
I mean, your feet will get pretty hot, but...
Also, I'm just gonna go here. This puts me where I want to be anyway.
How goofy.
I'm going to use my martial. Well, actually, I'm gonna use my spell first.
That is unfortunately what you must do before you could hit things.
I'm going to use my destructive ray and not fucking hit. I was aiming for the guy Claire's choke slamming.
Okay, as a reaction, could I take
I mean,
that
he's still
destruct-
surprised. You can still get a good shot off on him. So, advantage, please.
Please work for once.
There you go.
Yay!
Careful not to hit your friend, though. Makes it pretty awkward.
That's why I went to this angle.
How would this work? Oh, mimicry. Would I just get a basic blast, or?
They're also not looking in my direction at the moment.
Also, you would just... You get one talent, so I think you just get Destructive Blast.
I wouldn't get like a blast type, which.
No.
wouldn't be useful.
Well, no. If you get destructive blast, you automatically get a blast type and element.
Okay, well,
That's part of getting it.
well then you probably get everything they used as a whole package.
So you get
Alright.
my exact ability.
That makes a little more sense,
Yeah.
actually.
And then I'm going to take out my sword and follow up on this dude who now has a -1 to AC.
That actually means that you hit him exactly. Conk. Clark's looking pretty banged up. Clark will try his best to get out of here because he can feel the air in his lungs leaving it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Clark is not long for this world.
Sure ain't. Tanya, if you want, you can beat him up, but I think it's after this turn he just falls unconscious.
Oh yeah, I apply the chokehold again because I think it just dies.
Can you just slam him into the dog?
Well, you don't have to maintain a grapple. A grapple's just imply. Unlike in 2E where you have to constantly reapply the grapple, here the grapple just sticks until they manage to get out of it, or you're for some reason incapable of holding the grapple anymore.
Yeah, that's a good question that Zal asked. Can I just slam him into the dog?
I think Living Weapon is for that. Do you have Living Weapon? Because Rock Toss lets you throw living things, but it doesn't let you really use them as a fighting stick.
I'm just gonna maintain the chokehold and kill him.
Why am I getting all these funky memes from Como? Why does he keep doing this whenever I have a game? Alright, you hold the chokehold, and he immediately drops to 0 and is dying. You're going to want to hold that grapple for just a moment longer, because he'll probably just breathe in if you don't hold it just right. 2 goblins are constantly besetting and barraging you. He takes out a shamk, and he tries to shamk you.
Oh, no.
Good
But
sham.
No.
He does a little war dance like he's jumping foot to foot, moving around you like, yeah! The goblins up north still haven't quite noticed what's going on, but they are catching on that something is up, because there's a lot of noise coming from down there. Tanya, be careful. The wolf is trying to bite you in the butt! Chomp! Misses.
Yeah, the wolf. Sorry, wolf. I'm busy. I'm actually watching the wolf as I choke the guy.
God dang it, I don't have time for this. Abigail, they got you on all sides.
I'm gonna smack this one, which gotta go back to my inventory. Yeah, keep doing things. Smack.
Don't forget, Claire, that you can do your boasting thing.
Oh yeah.
Where's boasting? Base gladiator. Here we go. Boast. If you score a critical hit or reduce a creature to 0 hit points, including if you choke him out, succeed at a grapple or shove at a hostile creature, you may perform a boast as a reaction. The boast you have available right now gives you advantage on the next weapon attack or contested ability check you make before the end of your next turn.
All right. I mean, I can let go of him when it's my turn again.
So essentially, you now have a stored up. I'm gonna beat you up, mother clucker. Who are you hitting, Bella? Left or right?
Right.
There he goes. You slayed a goblin.
Also, since I have 2 links in my sequence, I'm gonna friggin'
Shamk.
Doombringer bonus attack.
Nothing quite like shamking.
Yup.
That also instantly kills him. Gosh.
You got shamped, but then you finished.
And that's what matters.
Yeah, I'm gonna just float on over.
Careful not to touch the fire.
I did it. And I'm gonna go to sword the wolf. Is this a shard wolf?
It does have a big ol'... The other ones had like a clean single shard. This one has like smaller shards growing around it.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna stab it.
If you want to stab the shard particularly, that's with disadvantage, but I don't think you're gonna.
Yeah, because I just critical it.
Like, even without the crit, you killed it in one solid blow. See, that's where all your good luck went. To this fight, where, honestly, you really needed it, or you were going to have 4 more goblins to fight.
Also, I'm gonna take those exploding javelins because I'm good with javelins. I want those javelins.
They're not
I only have this destructive bolt for a minute.
they're not quite as exciting as it sounds. How many of them did I give this guy? I gave him a couple.
So I'll take them.
I think he has like 2 of them.
By the way, I would like to yank a trophy off of.
Give me one. I'm gonna give it an icon first. Weapons thrown. Really, no javelins? How funky. Well, this is good enough. No, is it? It's not. Come on! Shouldn't be that hard to have like a cool slings. No spears, but polearms. Maybe there's a cool polearm that looks like exploded javelin. This looks like one. I like this one a lot. Here you go. There's now an explosive javelin. An explosive javelin, when you huck it, it does 1d6 damage to everyone in like a small sphere area. The save is a DC 10 dexterity save, but hey, if you've got like a small group of dudes, it's pretty much guaranteed damage of some kind. Additionally, there's that little box full of fun things that he had.
Let's look at
Rummage.
that. I'm already looking at it. I'm a curious little lady.
Inside
Yeah,
are... Hmm?
Oh, I was gonna say we would want to take some proof that we took out Clark, though.
Here you go. You find quite a few lovely things. Oh, it doesn't... Why doesn't it move everything? Okay, cool. Now it moves everything. There you go. Oh, it does always move everything. Here you go. Take a look at your loot bag to see what you found.
Clockwork amulet.
And some potions of healing. Oh, cool. That immediately consumes one. That's hilarious. Why would you do that?
That's kind of weird.
I think I'm gonna take one of these potions of healing.
Additionally, surrounding you is a lot of provisions. However, you might want to quickly step and duck aside, because there's like 4 goblins outside, and they are not going to be happy if they see what's going on here.
We might want to slip out the way we came.
Alright. Let's just
Since I'm
grab
kind of our
what we
main.
can.
Yep, we'll just grab this. We'll divvy it up later.
You can probably prove that Clark is dead by taking a spiky stick. That's like an
Spiky stick.
it's a very custom-made Morningstar, which is to say they probably took some high-end alloys off of like big construction sites and slammed them into a piece of wood.
Very goblin.
Well, bugbears are supposedly goblinoids.
Fairy vanish. I just created a fog cloud where I was and leave.
By the way, these goblins are gonna walk in here and be like, "What the fuck?"
There's just gonna be a fog cloud in the middle of the room, and everybody's dead.
They're gonna have nightmares for weeks. They might vacate this cave.
I mean, to be fair, at this point, you might as well be a ghost with how I did that.
Look, did I tell you guys my teleporting would be amazing or what?
It
I just seem
Isn't.
dissatisfied though.
To be 100% honest, Tanya could have ran in there with the same speed, but I do think that the teleporting adds a surprise element.
It does. It makes it's much more flavorful.
Plus, it's
very
more nightmarish
good,
to suddenly
isn't
have a guy like appear next to you and to say, "Hello, Clark," and then grab you by the neck.
Yeah, he knows they know your name and just, and then you get stabbed.
As you
Because
do.
remember, I stabbed him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll just fly my way up here. You guys can climb this time.
All right.
If you guys climb, then there's going to be some problems, because I think that you guys weigh more than 100 pounds.
You might want to tell. You actually might want to teleport as Jerk Fairy.
Like,
Flies
I
back
did
down.
I did mention that these things look like they can't really hold the weight of someone, moving around on them too much.
Yeah.
Fine. Take my hand.
Also, I'm just going to point this out, because this is kind of important to me personally. You have to make a DC 10 dex save if you decide to put too much weight on it, and then you roll all the way down, you fall prone, you take 2d6 falling damage. I would like to point out that the adventure as written, you're level 1 at this point, 2d6 damage would kill a lot of characters quite easily.
Yeah, if we got a basic roll, that would kill us.
So, everyone says Lost Mine is a great adventure. Also, that chimney is a death trap, because it sets you up to get completely hammered by every goblin in the cave, because they're all going to be like, oh. Because again, there's like 4 up north that will probably come. Like, this adventure is really set up to make you fucking fail if you decide to do it any way other than, this is the road you're supposed to take. Please follow.
This
Please.
Ball busting.
Keep your, yeah. Oh, it's gonna get worse in some places, but hey. Harry Potter is borderline and isekai. Fee has some interesting opinions.
He's not entirely wrong, though.
His name is
I
Clark.
didn't know-
Oh.
Yeah, we just called him Clark.
Oh, I thought his name was legitimately. Oh.
Hmm.
What? He groans that hard.
Lord.
As he loses his consciousness.
Actually, that's the sad part. That's what he's been trying to say this entire time before he got slowed and then choked out.
He didn't get to say a single word, which, honestly, it's not a good D&D adventure if you can't just teleport in, kill the boss, and be like, didn't have to kill his minions either.
They just vanish.
Anyway, you return. Carrying Clog's club high or something, I don't know. You'll be carried reverently. It's a procession. The death of Clog. Well, the boss sees that you're back. He probably heard, like, the distant sounds of something. What up?
No one heard anything. we killed the Clark guy.
What proof?
I'm gonna
We
grab
present
his
the,
stick from you and just like fly over with it.
Ooh. He does look at it like really suspect. How do we know you did not just steal Clark's stick?
Why
Would
would
you
we
like
go
to see the
check.
body?
It was awesome.
Would you like to see a dead body?
I mean, we'll presume that it's like a couple of minutes later, and at some point you're going to start hearing goblin screams of like, oh no, he's dead.
Tanya crosses his arms. I do not steal. I claim glory.
That's very cute. Oh well. Here is friend. And they bump him down the ridge, which is high enough that he'll probably take some falling damage on the way down. And he already looks pretty banged up, doesn't he?
Tony, catch him.
Can I catch Salt Ham? All right. Let's go, Salt Peter.
You got your prize. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Before we ask him anything, let's actually like get the hell out of here and kind of, let's carry him out and reconfig. What's the word?
Regroup.
Reconvene.
Yeah.
Question for the new leader. Have you seen a dwarf around here?
Well, he already said that he doesn't know where he is, and that Clark knows.
Oh, okay.
Bye,
I
new
mean-
goblin friend.
Tanya scratches her metallic chin. You know, we didn't have a chance to ask him the question, did we? In
What
my haste for glory, I may have been a bit overzealous.
No one told you to choke him out, you loon.
She looks at Aisling, but you did.
Anyway, you leave yonder cave. Here, I'll just put you outside. That's a bit easier on you.
Yeah.
All right,
You leave the cave with Sildar in your grasp. He's still bound and gagged up, so you're gonna have to take care of that first.
Yeah, I unbind and ungag Saltpeter.
Delightful. Not mine to be saved, but there were too many goblins from all sides. Quite a few. Shot our horses down on the ground. Pitiful, but not a more honourable fight.
We found the horses.
Yes, they are not hard to find, considering that they are immobile and deceased.
Like many things in this forest now are.
Yes. Quite delightful that things are dead, are lovely. I, however, wonder and fear for my paycheck.
That's what you're concerned about?
My employer's condition is uncertain, is it not?
This is true.
He's really eloquent.
Yeah, he is.
Now, I do have a faint suspicion where my employer may have been secreted away.
Well,
I saw-
crack on, mate.
I saw a few dastardly fiends, and I heard the word of, what were they called again? The Red Something Bandits? The Red Brands. They call themselves the Red Brands. From what I heard, they are somewhere in Fendelin. They seem to have a use for our employer.
Well, better go find him. You coming with?
Most definitely. I would love to meet the other brothers, and more importantly, collect my due wages.
Hey, Saltham. There's a lilac-scented rock. It'll calm you down.
The name is Sildar Hallwinter, and may I know the names of my rescuers as well?
I am Tanya.
Bloop. Teleport behind him. Just like looking him over, trying to figure him out.
It isn't. I should have only expected that my liberators would be gifted with magical arts.
Abigail.
Thou art a
Ashlyn
cat.
is not quite noticed the question yet. She's distracted trying to figure out who the hell this guy actually is. Have we met yet? Do I know you?
We met when you were getting the job.
Yes.
Yeah, she forgot.
I was tactically observing the immediate environs to ensure that my employer was safe from potential ill and harm, while you were negotiating your particulars.
Also, maybe I shouldn't, growly voice. It makes me cough.
You should do whatever you want. Have fun.
What's that?
Hell, you can even summarize your things. Sildar, however, is really beat up and would like to take a little break and maybe get some weapons and armor, maybe. He will
I got an
satiate.
extra rapier.
You have an extra rapier. Well, he's more of a longsword kind of guy. He still has his chainmail, but we'll figure something out.
Longsword?
Don't worry about him. He'll figure something out. He thinks he left his things at the site of attack, so we'll just go back there and sort this out. All right then, kids. Yes, what? Who?
Oh, no, I was going to say for in between when the group got to sit down for a minute.
Is Sildar anywhere in there? There he is. Oh, he's under allies. That's where he went. Whoops. All right, well, how far are you from where you need to be? Gosh, you're like a day's walk away from Fendelin. Maybe it's a good idea to take a long rest, yes? Been a busy day.
Been a busy boo.
I wonder if I should
Actually,
take the.
he's-
I wonder if I should take the minor amulet of peaceful magic.
I'm taking the sliver of life. That is absolutely fitting for a fairy.
Don't forget
Life
that,
magic.
if I'm correct, all these require attunement.
This one does, indeed. And then we can give the clockwork amulet to the clockwork wrestler.
What is a loot stack? You must loot items from a token. Huh.
That's weird because they grab stuff and it stays over there.
I'm
So
gonna
I'll just delete it
no no
after
no
I
no no
grab
no. I want to try something. I'm gonna click the loot button. You must loot items from a token. Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
think we're
you have to manually delete it. I've seen only a few sheets that actually do automatic deletion.
And big lady can carry the money because.
Yeah, attunement required. I forgot to set that. I think most of these things require attunement.
And how do you do attunement? Just keep it for a while.
You have to spend. I think you have to spend like an whatever. Clockwork. Amulet. Is that attunement required? Nope, that's not attunement required. Nice. So on your inventory, you'll see that little sparkly button
Yeah, the little sparkly ball.
that says that attunement is required. You can attune to, I think, 3 items at any given time. Attunement is an action, but you'll lose it until your next long rest, so even if you unattune to something, your slot's still taken. Normally, you have to spend a full long rest with that item and just hug it real tight before you can attune to something, but that's dumb and means that any loot you find is completely useless until you have time to attune. Oh, it needs to be a short rest. Still, that's an hour. You might as well take a long rest.
Yep, so we can rest up, get our points back, and I can gain healing powers.
You gain the powers of life. The cure,
I was
invigorate, and restore
considering
abilities.
I was considering taking the life sphere next level, so this actually saves me a sphere.
Well, if you take the life sphere, as it says, you just get greater healing.
Oh,
Once a day.
damn. That's still a damn moment.
That's still like really powerful because greater healing for 1 point, you get 5 hit points per level plus your key ability modifier, which
Yeah,
is
this
pretty
one
cool.
I can heal 1d8 plus my key plus my int.
Yes,
modifier.
so it'd be 1d8 plus int, or you could go for 10 plus int. So yeah, the greater cure kind of weak first, becomes better later. I like how it's completely garbage at level 1 because basically I just take an average roll. But then over time it grows faster because it's level instead of cantrip scaling based. Cure is some hit points, restore is some status ailments you can get rid of, and invigorate.
Invigorate is some additional HP.
But only if they don't have full hit points, I think.
Zach, you want to know the major benefit of this?
Hmm.
I can do it too.
What?
If you have it. If Zai has
Oh yeah,
it, and she uses it,
you
I
can share the
too.
fun.
Yeah,
Which
the
means-
invigorate hit points can only be used on an injured target and
Yes.
cannot raise their current hit points past their temporary hit points. Plus their temp
Yes.
cannot be higher than their max.
Yeah, but the benefit is it doesn't cost anything to use.
Yeah, and it's just temporary hit points during the fight.
How much does it add? Equal to your proficiency bonus. Oh, that's not bad. You can just slap a boy and give him some extra hit points. If the creature has 0... Oh, it's also free stabilized. That's nice. I was wondering if they were going to put stabilize anywhere. Why does every single text box now have this awkward black line outline? I don't get it at all. Whatever. You take a long rest. Click the long rest button to apply a long rest. This fully restores your hit points, recovers... I think it should recover your spell points and stuff. And it gives you half your hit
Restore all
dice
my
back.
points.
Yeah, it's half your hit dice. Another reason why people tend to start at 3rd or 4th level. Because, oh boy. The rest of the day you spend walking to its Fendolin, which is about as exciting as it sounds. As I mentioned, once you're away from the big fancy roads, it tends to become extremely quiet. But now thou arteth in Fendolin. And it is what most... Does anyone here have any particular experience with like frontier towns or towns away from the main cities and stuff?
I would pretty much only have that. The way I have Isling is that she's pretty much not really been to big cities.
Because there's a massive difference between I live in a city and I live anywhere but a city. Because this is a world where nature is an encroaching force of death. And Fae are considered naughty by most people who live in cities because they are forces of chaos that try to destroy civilization.
Yeah. You notice that she is excited at that thought.
I mean, as a whole, not like everyone. That's silly.
Yeah, but she likes nature.
On average, on average, things push a certain direction. That's how life works. But Fendelin is about what you'd expect from a town like this. It has what most towns tend to have, at the very least, which is every single town, no matter where you are, you're probably going to find at the center one of these big. They're called solar crystals. They're these massive things connected to these sheets. I keep saying crystal, but solar panels are fucking crystals when you think about it. And they collect sun energy during the day and distribute it as light and warmth at the night, effectively making a place of habitat far more livable. A lot of wires connect this large structure and its collectors to all the buildings around town. So when you approach the city, the first thing you see is those wires connecting farmhouses and stuff. It's like the whole town grew out of one big heart. A heart of warmth and light.
What?
Well, you're in Fendelin. Your lovely new friend Shilda recommends that we do some investigating and figure out where these foul fiends are hiding out.
Also, shouldn't we deliver our thing?
Yes, you have your things to do. I have my important things to do. Oh, they're actually called the Red Brand Ruffians. Oh, that's a great name. I love a ruffian.
That is a great name.
And it alliterates. What more do you want? You need to go to Barthen's Provisions to deliver your goods. And Sildar recommends staying at the Stonehill Inn. At least that's where he was told by his boss. We're going to stay there once we're there. So yes, you have places to visit, things to do. I have a problem. I'm gonna raise my hand and say I have a huge problem with this map. Why the fuck does Barthen live in a separate house?
There's a map.
I don't see the map.
You should see. Okay, I think that's because I have. Okay, there is a map. I loaded up a fresh map for all of you. Oh, I think it's because fog exploration was on. Whoops. Can you see now?
You do not own any token vision in this scene.
Say,
Here you go.
There's part
there
of
we
it.
go.
Oh, there's still lighting. Oh, I think I never set the lighting on. That doesn't make any sense. I don't have the thing that I used to have where I can just be like, it's super bright.
Fog one means we can explore.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
Oh, there. Now it's
Okay, there you go. This is the town. There's a big old solar collector at the center of town that keeps the place warm and light, which will be like in the main square. It's where people tend to focus building because then they need less wires and then they grow outwards according to the geography. Because, it's like, okay, you don't need to span the wire all the way from the crystal. You can just expand an existing wire network. So houses grow from themselves when they grow from... But anyway, why the hell does Barthen live in a separate house? In medieval times, you usually lived in your workplace.
Maybe he's rich. Maybe he's like the richest dude here then.
I mean, look at how massive this fucker's store is. Yes, probably. Unless this is a separate building, which would be even weirder.
Actually, does Barthen own this entire property here? Like, is he just...
In medieval times, the concept of the commons was applicable, which means that you didn't really own all that much land. There was just shit around, and probably some noble owned the land, if anyone.
Right, that makes more sense, actually.
Also, please do not look at the obviously extremely suspect manor on the hill. Like, holy shit, you could not... Like, the manor is exactly shaped like the hill. Like, how could you not make that place look more like... This is where the ghost house happens.
Yeah, Ashleen is already staring at that, just like... Is that place okay?
There's one more thing that I have a problem with. Why did this fucker not clean up the goddamn wall that's broken up on his farm? Like, you could just move the rocks, man.
Maybe he's
yeah,
old.
that is weird. Yeah, maybe he's old.
Maybe he thinks the old rocks will provide some extra fresh minerals for his plants.
Maybe
Plot
that's
convenience
fair.
manner. You deliver your provisions at Barthen's, although without your boss, it's kind of awkward. It's just gonna sit there.
We just we awkwardly deliver it. We don't say anything. We just kind of...
By the time you get there, Ashleen's already wandered off.
Barthen's Provisions is the largest traced post in Fendelin. Its shelves are stocked with most ordinary goods and supplies, including backpack, bedrolls, light sources, the warming gems. You rub them in your hand, they warm your hands for a while. It's open up from sunup to sundown. While he doesn't stock weapons and armor, I think there's a blacksmith in town that he can just point you towards if you need one. The proprietor is Elmar Bothan, a lean and balding human male in his 50s, with a kindly manner. He employs 2 young clerks, Andra and Tissel, to help load and unload wagons because he's getting old.
Alright.
And to also wait on customers when he isn't around himself. The paid amount is given to all of you, 10 gold pieces a person. Don't spend it all in one place, except if it's here.
10 gold. Woo!
We also find like a
Check
bucket of
out
copper and
money.
silver.
Wait, what Figment Post? I think was the last thing I clicked on. I was like,
Oh, you lot are with the Mr. Gundred, aren't you, Mr. Rockseeker?
yeah.
I heard that his 2 brothers are camping somewhere outside of town, although I haven't seen them in a good while.
Well, you probably don't want to tell him that their brother's been kidnapped.
Oh my! Is Gundred okay?
I like to think
Ashlyn
so.
flies in again. We're figuring that out.
Dear me. It sounds like this sleepy little town's got a little adventure of its own.
This
Although-
is Little Town? It's a nice town.
Although if you are the adventurous sort, perhaps you can help me with a little problem.
Yeah.
We've been well, me, because I am the biggest importer and exporter. I've been having some issues with the red brands lately. They're attacking every cart that doesn't look like a bunch of troublemakers. Not to say that you look like troublemakers, but you do look like you're able to hold them off if they decide to do something fishy.
We were looking for the red brands for many reasons. Like one actual reason.
Ooh.
We should look into them. We should do this.
Shall we take a cart around the roads, see if we get attacked?
To
Well-
make it look fancy.
The thing is,
I could.
please do not kill the red brand like you did Clark if you want some advice.
I can make a cart look fancy.
No choke slamming. It's like the Darth
While
Vader
you have this little discussion, your good friend Elmar does. Well, there is. They do bother townspeople sometimes, hassle them and wrangle them for what they call it, protection money.
Oh, I've read books on this.
I wouldn't know where they go from time to time, so it's a bit of a what do they call it? A crapshoot. That's what the youngsters call it, a crapshoot.
Several
Oh, we should-
several avenues.
We should walk around and look like we have money.
I can make it look like they have money.
How about we end the session here
Okay.
for today, as you guys decide to hatch out a plan on how to get these red brands where you can talk to them. Oh my God, is that a rainbow ferret? Claire, you can't just post that. That's gotta go get pinned, man.
Wait, where's the
That's-
rainbow ferret?
Good
Yep, that's
friend.
getting
Look, that's a
Also,
powerful
that-
bait.
How do you make a to-do list?
that just got pinned.
To-do list. Under the open book, there should be a button at the bottom that says to-do list.
Oh, I completely missed that. Alright. New task. Description.
We need a
Um,
rainbow bait.
great.
It is so damn powerful.
Yeah, that's a very powerful ferret.
Important.
Man, lots of people posting their baby baits. Pitch white ferrets.
There you go.
The pitch and pitch black refers to tar.
Indeed, because that was the old way to color things black.
Well, we're almost done with this
Color
one.
that shit with pitch.
You got some snooping around to do and a hideout to check out, and after that, we're gonna wrap Vandalen up and get to actual Out of the Abyss.
Yay!
Unless you prefer this adventure more, in which case I'll prepare the rest of Vandalen.
Yeah, I'm enjoying just playing, but Into the Abyss sounds like it'd be interesting. Out of the Abyss.
Start off
First we go
prisoners,
into it, though.
and you'll make your all the way up.
I'm gonna put out there that I would probably not get harassed on the street with while looking rich.
I think you'd have too much of that pimpin' energy,
Immediately choke slam.
You've
the rock.
got bling bling on your thing. That's
There you
that's
go.
pimp for finger.
I have made the to-do list.
Bella's to-do list: eat an apple.
Anyway, yeah, I'm actually gonna pop off the fun.
See you later.
Oh boy.
Oh, my.
Although I
Oh.
like how fairies have a specific ability where they can squeeze through small things.
Yeah, man. They go. I think it's supposed to be like a pseudo teleport thing.
Yeah, it's like mild magic to like squeeze through small spaces.
Mild
It's hard to keep
magic.
them out.
It's
Fairies get
it's
where they want to go.
it's like when Link in Link 2 turns into a fairy and goes to keyholes.
Or goes into the sky and breaks the entire game.
Dun 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 dun.
Anything
Dun.
on that to-do list, Iceling?